Hi my loves, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jess from BehatiLife. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are going to be doing a daily poll for you on the YouTube channel because you guys have been requesting this for such a long time. I'm not going to lie, I am in a little bit of a mood. You can't tell, but it almost feels like every little thing is ready to make me cry. I'm super sensitive. I'm emotional. You know when Beyonce says, I woke up like this? Like, I woke up like this. Like, I stepped out of bed and I said, okay, today's gonna be one of those days. Let's get into a good spot. It worked, but I'm still in an emotional space. I think it's hormonal. I think it's moon moving through Scorpio. I think it's Mercury moving into the sign of Capricorn, which is happening today, January 10th. I think it's a lot of things. The purpose of me saying all of this is to let you know that, so that you guys realize that we are all connected, that we are all together, that even whoever it is that you're following on Instagram, they have good days and they have bad days too. And there are ways to kind of work with those vibes. And that's what I'm doing today. So I went into this space of, as soon as I came back from the walk, I went to my sacred space and I sat down and I was like, okay, angels, guides, what message is it that you want me to hear today and that I should share with my tribe? And they read me for my life. So we're going to talk about it. The first thing is that this guy, the Nine of Wands, jumped out immediately. And not only did he jump out, he flew across, like not the room, but he flew. And I had to get up from my seat to go get him. So when I pulled him up and I was just like, touche. So the Nine of Wands showing up. Again, I mean, look at his face. He's tired. He's exhausted. He's doing the most. He has been doing the most. And you can tell by the time. You could tell by how many wands. There's 9 wands here, which means that this has been developing for a while. And 9 wands is the very end of the wand suit, almost the very end of the suit. So it shows that some time and some energy has been going into what is making him exhausted and tired and frustrated. And he can't just sit down and chill. He still has his defenses up. He feels like he's working all the time. And what can come from it? 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands. That's so funny. Like, we're getting into a space today. The second thing that showed up is the King of Swords. And when I look at this, I see 2 things. I see a need to ask for advice, for help, to go to a mentor, and to also, but more than anything, I see this as self-reflective, and I see this as taking a step back and looking at things from a logical perspective and evaluating it from that point. And as cold and as harsh as the King of Swords is, he does give a lot of gifts to whoever he appears to. And it really makes a lot of sense because Capricorn is moving into the, Mercury is moving into the sign of Capricorn, and there's a lot of personal planets in the sign of Capricorn as we speak. And this can really, Capricorn energy in general is ruled by the planet Saturn. So the energy it can be hard, it can be cold, harsh to deal with, a tough, like a large pill to swallow, if I'm saying that right. And he doesn't have a lot. It's not someone that you run up and hug. It's someone that you ask for advice. It's someone that you can get a realistic answer and a practical approach and a solution to any problem. And sometimes you have to be that for yourself, and then other times you have to ask for counsel and ask for guidance in order to be directed where you need to go next. Especially with this 9 of Wands here, a lot of times with this card, and you want to look at the rest of the cards to see how they fall in order to get a better placement for yourself as far as how to ask for advice and what advice you should take. But sometimes when I look at this card, I'm like, yo, maybe it's time for you to ask for help. Maybe it's time for you to reevaluate. It's obvious that you have something good that you're working with, but what I don't want anyone to do is to wear themselves out emotionally, or let's say you're sticking in a situation for too long that's just like not giving to you and not building up. And maybe it's just a moment. Like, for example, today, like I'm waking up in a funky mood I have a lot of things that I want to do. I have a lot of ways that I want to be of service to others, but like I'm one person and I'm doing it all. And that's what the King of Swords here says. It's like, you know what, you're doing business, you're approaching things. For me personally, you know, you're running a business, you're answering emails, you're doing readings for people, and there's very different energies that we work with. So you have to look at it and honestly, and not look at it from what it is that you want it to be all the time, and approach it from that way in order to get the solution. So total King of Swords today is that vibe of, you know what, the message sometimes may be harsh to hear, it may be a difficult pill to swallow, but just because it's not the most, you know, doesn't give you butterflies in your stomach doesn't mean that it's not serving its purpose. The other thing too that came up is that I just see two of, you know, these cards were all jumping out, so I wanted to give you a full reading. Two of Cups and Six of Wands together, they showed up with the whole reading, but the Two of Cups, for a lot of people, it shows partnership and support and mutual giving and receiving. So it shows me that there are people that want to work with you, and there are people that are here for you and are rooting for you. So that's really good. There's people cheering you on and supporting you. That's Six of Wands, totally. That's Two of Cups, totally. Whether it be a partner, whether it be a best friend. The Two of Cups doesn't always signify a relationship, a romantic relationship. Sometimes it represents a best friend, or just pairing up with someone or something that's going to help you and work things out for you and be there to support you because they want to be there. And that's the blessing of the Two of Cups. What you don't see is that the Five of Wands is here. It dropped, actually. I didn't want to bend down and pick it up because I'm lazy right now, and also Franklin's on my lap. But Five of Wands really does show that, you know, it, to me, it shows this sense of energy and competition and like vigor. Is that the right word? Where you have this like surge within you to fight and to compete and to try and to accomplish and to succeed and to get your hands in there and do what you can do. And sometimes you lose, sometimes you win, but you're battled, you're scarred. But sometimes you are bruised, but it's like worth the bruising. Sometimes it's worth, you know, the fight because it was fun, or because you had to get that energy out, or because you needed to prove it for yourself that you could do it. And that's what I see here. Mercury moving into the sign of Capricorn today, January 10th, is so significant and so important because it wants you to build your long term. It wants you to stay focused. It wants you to stay driven. It can be a little depressing and bring your mood down. Obviously, that's kind of what I'm dealing with today, but it's just one day, and I already know that it's going to be a temporary situation. And probably in 2 hours, 3 hours from now, because I applied myself and I, you know, hit the ground running, and just did what I have to do, 2 to 3 hours from now, if you texted me and was just like, hey Jess, how are you feeling? How are things going? I'm going to tell you, good. I got a lot done. Now I'm cleaning. I'm going to go run some errands, and I feel really good about it. And that's what the energy that it is that you're working with, that although it seems like you might be a little exhausted or worn out, keep going. Keep going. There's a prize at the end. Six of Wands totally rewards those. Again, we're looking at all of the cards that have jumped out in order to show an energy of this of today. This is a daily card pull, so this is going to show us for today and lingering into tomorrow. But if you keep strong, if you keep focused, if you keep motivated, you're going to win. Even Franklin agrees. That was Franklin making his little input. Say hi, Bubby. He's so funny because even if I'm on the phone, or if I'm talking to someone, he will growl or bark or make like a cute little noise with perfect timing. It's like he really is listening to the conversation. So yes, see, it's like him saying, thank you, Mama, for listening and knowing that I'm listening. I know you are, Bubby. I know. But I love you guys so much, and I love doing these daily polls. I'm so happy to get them started. Send good vibes. I'm sending good vibes to you too. There's so much. It's shipping day. There's many orders that needs to get done. I've actually moved into my bedroom right now to work the orders out because it's warmer in here. And it's just a lot going on, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna push through. I love you. Make sure you're subscribed and give me those thumbs up. They do make a difference. And make sure that you're subscribed so that you can get daily messages for free every single day. Instagram is not good enough. I mean, Instagram is awesome, but when it comes to getting a full reading and full energy reading, you have to listen, you have to see it, you have to feel it, and that's why this YouTube world is so wonderful. And Franklin agrees. Yes, he does. Okay, bye.